Welcome to the 6th part of that green thing tutorial. The whole playlist about this software is linked above. We'll be covering data imports. Data imports can be performed at any point and they do not influence normal workflow of other users, or the same user in another browser tab or window. The list of supported formats is in the documentation. Note that imports are not risk-free. And how risky an import is, depends on the format, data source and your plan. We strongly encourage you to read the documentation before importing any data. The simplest and safest import is from the DMP Data Exchange format. DMP stands for Django Music Publisher. It is a free baby version of that green thing. If your client uses DMP, they open musical works, select Export as CSV action, select the works and export them. Or they can use Excel. A template is in the documentation. To import this file into that green thing, simply click on Add Data Import, select the client, the data format and the file itself. Then click on Save. The file is uploaded, processed, and if all is well, the data is imported. If you open the import, there is a report, containing imported works and, sometimes, encountered issues. You can use these links to directly open any of the imported works. As you can see, the selected publisher became the original publisher, and since we are their administrator, we are also automatically listed. That green thing comes in two plans. They are explained in the video linked above and at the end. Plan Full features more formats than Basic. Two very important ones are EBR and CWR. By using these formats, you can import not just data about writers and artists, but also recordings and publishers, including original and administrators. Let's talk about data exports now. The first thing you should ask yourself is what data are you exporting? We will be exporting works, as this is the most usual case. In the Work Change List view, filter then select the works you wish to export, then choose the appropriate action. We'll cover CWR in our next video, and we cover DMP format, so let us choose JSON. JSON is a technical format, not really intended for humans, but very good if you want to import the data into another software. This particular export will include data about works, writers, publishers, artists, recordings, releases, etc. You can export the same data from releases, but the data structure will be upside down. When exporting works, they are the top level, below are recordings, and below recordings are releases. When you export releases, they are at the top, below are recordings, and works are at the bottom of the tree. The first is a publisher, the second a label perspective. Remember, data imports are not risk-free, but exports are, since they don't change any data in the database. You can play and experiment with exports. Of course, sharing your data with third parties should be done with care. Here is our next tutorial, about CWR. Below it is the whole series about that green thing. Also, the aforementioned video about plans. And, of course, since we mentioned free DMP, here is a series about it. We'll be happy to answer any question about that green thing. Keep watching.